on an all-new Dr. Phil.
I'm really good at getting pregnant and having kids. I just don't know how to raise them.
My mom expects me and my sister to take care of the kids.
They claim their mother
You said, I wish I didn't have children.
I hate you.
is the worst.
And I get into a blackout rage.
You punched him in the face.
Mom
You are lying on stage.
I don't have to lie.
ever.
My mom's bedroom, it's disgusting.
My room is a mess because I'm a pig. There you go.
But why? What do you gain by living in squalor?
I am not going to say I'm a good mom because I'm not.
Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by.
We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Jenny says she hates to admit it, but she wishes she never became a mom. She says having children wasn't in her plans, yet here she is, a single mom, with not one, not two, not three, 5 children. That's right, 5, ranging in ages from 8 to 18. Now, her 2 oldest, 18-year-old Ryan and 15-year-old Maddie, say, Jenny, well, they say she's just the worst mom ever. She doesn't work, cook, or clean, rarely gets out of bed. Take a look.
If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have had kids. I don't know how to be a mom, okay? I don't know how to be a parent.
My mom doesn't spend any time with us. She'd rather sleep and play Candy Crush.
My mom's basically able to only wipe her butt and make food once in a while. And that's like it.
Up until 2 years ago, my mother was raising my children. I would wake them up and then just go crawl back in bed. I don't like to sit in the same room as them. One time, my youngest daughter wanted me to go and see this slideshow she had made for her school. And it was super important to her. When I didn't go to her school, she was devastated. I really could care less what my kids are doing in school.
My mom expects me and my sister to take care of the kids, make sure they're fed, make sure the house is a tiny bit clean.
This is the messiest room in the house. There's soda cans and stuff and water bottles, just garbage everywhere.
When you walk into my mom's room, it's a hoarding show.
I live out of bags and bags and bags. I have bags everywhere.
When my mom does come out of the room, she comes out to eat dinner, then she'll go straight back to her room.
My mom doesn't like to cook. She never does it. We have yo-yo night pretty much every night. Yo-yo night is you're on your own.
The kids would just eat a cold bowl of cereal before bed, and we would just call it a night after that.
I'm really good at getting pregnant and having kids. I just don't know how to raise them.
Well, first off, I can't tell you how glad I am that you're here. How does it make you feel when your mother says, I don't want to be a mother. I don't want kids, didn't want to have kids. Sorry, I have kids, don't want to be a mother.
It's upsetting to hear her say stuff like that.
Personally, I feel disrespected, sad, and really upset about this whole situation.
Yeah. You've kind of become the dropping off place for blame. I mean, everything kind of lays at your foot. You're the one that has to do everything. You're the one that gets blamed for everything. You say that she calls you a blanking idiot and a stupid blanking retard. And I apologize for even using the R word. That's offensive to my sensibilities. But she calls you these names. What do you say to yourself when she says that?
Honestly, I don't even know myself. I just kind of try and ignore it.
So you're the mother
Yeah.
in this deal?
Yes.
And you're 15?
Yes.
So what do you do for fun?
I just watch the kids. I don't really do anything for fun. Until she can get fixed, I have to take care of it and step in her shoes.
Yeah. And it isn't just what she doesn't do. There are things that she does do, like the things she says to you. Jenny says that her children trigger her rages. She says they're triggers, and she's terrified of snapping one day. She's afraid of what she's going to do. Take a look.
I don't like getting angry, but I'm angry all the time. 3 times a week, I have a blackout rage.
A blackout rage for my mom is where she gets angry, her face turns red, she can push, shove, hit the doors, scream, threat, and then not remember it.
I become very verbally abusive. I have told Ryan, I think more than once, that I wished he was never born.
When my mom gets angry, she likes to chase me down the hall and scream and bang on my door.
Ryan and I got into a really big altercation in February when I asked him to order food for the kids and take the trash out, and I threatened to kill him. It was like a volcano erupting, like word vomit coming out, and just finally releasing that anger into pure rage and hatred.
I hate you. Hate you.
Last December, my mom called me on the phone while I was with my aunts and told me that I have made her want to kill herself many times. She never explained to me what was wrong or what I did. She just was blowing up.
Once I calm down a little, the kids will say, well, why did you act like this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't say that.
I believe that she knows what she did, and she just doesn't want to take accountability. My mom needs to grow up.
This family's falling apart because of me.
Okay, Jenny, you've been listening so far, right?
Yes, sir.
And you own the fact that for whatever reason, you don't want to be a mother.
I didn't want to be a mother at 17. It's very difficult for me to be a mother to 2 very disrespectful teenagers, especially because I didn't become a mom until 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. They were raised by my mother.
Mm-hmm. And the disrespectful teenagers are these 2?
Yes, sir.
How is Maddie in particular disrespectful?
I can't say anything without her going off on me. She tends to tell me how bad of a mom I am.
Is she right?
To a degree, yes. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say I'm a good mom, because I'm not. I'm not a good mom. I have not been a mother to you guys. I have not been a mother to all 5 of you. None of you have had a mother.
But then do you deal with the consequences of that and the results of that? Do you recognize that that causes them to have feelings and resentments and problems that you now have to undo?
Yes. I don't know how to undo the damage I've done.
These are a few of the statements I wrote down that you said about parenting. I wish I didn't have children. You are horrible children. Mm-hmm. I know how to get pregnant and give birth, but I don't know how to raise a child. Now, according to Maddie, you have said, Madeline, you're the reason I tried to kill myself many times. I'm going to drive my car off a cliff and you will never see me again. She said she blanking hates us all, and I said, fine, then give us to our fathers. And she says, you said, they don't even want you blanking blanks. Nobody does. Now, according to Ryan, he says, you say to him, you're a blanking idiot, stupid. I want to blanking kill you. You remind me of his father.
Yes.
All pretty accurate, right?
All correct, yes.
What is your intended impact when you tell Maddie, I'm going to kill myself and you're the reason why?
I drive for a living to make ends meet for my kids. Whenever I leave, I ask Madeline to please babysit the children. And her response is, well, who are you going to be sleeping with tonight? And that's the response that I get from her, my teenage daughter, who shouldn't be calling her mother anything like that. Mm-hmm. And so then I say, you know what? Maybe I would be better off if I just drove my car off a cliff. You know, I've done so much damage to you too that you can't let go of. I'm still the bad guy. What you guys don't realize is I've raised you for 2 years, and that's it. Before your 18th birthday, Ryan, I kicked you out of the house because you and I got into a physical altercation.
You punched him in the face, right?
That, and then we ended up on the floor choking each other out.
That's false.
I would not be here on the Dr. Phil show on national TV admitting that I punched my child in the face if it was not true.
We have to take a break. Coming up, Jenny says she's a terrible mother because of one person, her own mother. We'll add her to this conversation when we come back.
Even though Jennifer kept having children, she didn't interact with the children.
I don't play with my kids.
When I would ask Jennifer to help me with the children, it would end up in a blowout. She would threaten to take the children and leave. It really worries me that I'm not there to protect the children from their own mother.
And later...
Do you know what, Ryan? You are lying on stage. You are lying right now.
I'm still asking why
My room is a mess because I'm a pig.
Tomorrow, they were planning their wedding. Then she found out he was married.
She actually moved in with Lewis and his wife.
She says she snapped.
So she shot him.
I fired the warning shot. What's a girl to do?
It's time to hear my side.
You'd think they'd call it quits.
You have cheated the whole time.
After I got shot.
But guess what?
The wedding is still on.
Then on Friday,
The Church of Wells has been accused of brainwashing.
It's a cult, in my belief.
they found a missing family member here.
How did he look?
It sounded like he drank the Kool-Aid.
New Dr. Phil, Friday.
My mom was exactly like I am today. My mom was so depressed when I was in high school that she wouldn't get out of bed. She couldn't do any of the things that I needed her to do as a mother. And in a result, I have become my mother. I feel that if my mother was a better mom, I think I would know how to be a good mother.
Well, Jenny admits that she never wanted children and locks herself in her bedroom really to just avoid them. Up until 2 years ago, Maddie and Ryan and their 3 younger siblings were being raised by Jenny's mother, Lisa. Now, Lisa says her grandchildren are basically raising themselves because Jenny acts more like a teenager than a mother.
Jennifer is stuck in a 16-year-old mentality with 5 kids to raise. When Jennifer was 17 and we found out that she was pregnant, she was also diagnosed with cancer. After the baby was born, I took care of her and the baby. Even though Jennifer kept having children, she didn't interact with the children. I got them up for school. I fed them breakfast. She stayed in her room, watched TV, and played Candy Crush.
I don't play with my kids. It's really, really difficult for me.
I was caring for the children, buying their shoes, their clothes. While Jennifer went out to parties, hung out with friends, went out with guys. It was much easier for me to take care of the grandchildren than try to make Jennifer be accountable. When I would ask Jennifer to help me with the children or a meal, it would end up in a blowout.
It takes everything in me not to scream and yell, but I end up screaming and yelling because it's just, oh my God, why are you guys still pushing my buttons?
Jennifer would go fly into a rage and cuss me out. She would threaten to take the children and leave, threaten to get in her car and run into a gas truck. We live on a high hill. She's threatened to speed down the hill and just go over the edge. I'm really scared that Jennifer might follow through on one of her threats. It really worries me that I'm not there to protect the children from their own mother.
When are you going to take responsibility for your own kids?
Are you serious?
You say I'm the blame for the way you turned out?
Okay, this is gonna get fun. Okay, so there's a family secret. Good old family secret.
Are you serious?
That
right
I've had
now?
to carry for 16 years, Dr. Phil. 16 years, if not longer. My mother has told me that she kept me loaded because it was easier than dealing with me. She kept me high instead of taking her child who was using drugs to a place to get help so that I could learn how to, one, stay sober, two, become a parent. Instead, it was easier for my mother to keep me addicted to drugs.
We were in a car accident in 1998, and we ended up going to a doctor. He prescribed narcotics, but you say that I kept you loaded. What the truth is, I never kept her loaded. What I say is, I was there raising the kids, and when she was loaded, it was easier because she would be in her room, and we didn't have to deal with all the crap. And so
she's kind of right.
Well, okay. I didn't feed her pills and get her loaded.
Did it ever occur to you to stop having children?
That was the other thing. Okay.
No, I mean,
I'll give you guys that one. I'll give you that one. But that was the other thing. Because, see, when I was high, I was having sex all the time. So, and she wanted babies. My mom is a mother. To my children. She was never a mother to me. And so she actually got angry with me because I got my tubes tied after my 5th child, because I was not gonna give her another kid to destroy.
I did not get angry with you.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
We have to take a break.
Sorry.
You cannot make this stuff up.
That's for sure.
Coming up, Jenny's younger son brought a knife to school. What does Jenny have to say about that? I'll ask her when we come back.
My mom does not see what she's doing to the kids.
They talk back, they're disrespectful. They even started to swear, just like my mom.
They are becoming monsters just like her.
And later, tell me about blackout rage.
I just snap and I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do? What just happened? Because I honestly don't remember. I feel like anytime I was pregnant, my mom was really close to me. She was really proud of me. She was really happy. Then when I got my tubes tied, she was very angry with me because I no longer could have babies for her to raise, and it devastated her. My mom tells me that I'm a bad mom and that the kids would be better off with her. My mother doesn't want to be a mother to me. She wants to just be a mother to my children.
Well, Lisa says she was happy when Jenny stopped having babies because taking care of her 5 grandchildren after raising 4 of her own was just too much. Now, Jenny's oldest, Maddie and Ryan, say their mom they just say she's mean, doesn't take care of them, and is taking a toll on the youngest siblings, that they're paying a really high price for this. Take a look.
The younger kids have been acting out and having a lot of outbursts.
They talk back, they're disrespectful, they slam doors. They even started to swear, just like my mom.
I want this cleaned up. This is unacceptable.
My 11-year-old sister started having night terrors. She woke up crying, said she had a dream that my mom came in and was yelling at her. It was like she had PTSD because of my mom.
My mom tends to go like this, like it's gonna frighten someone. My baby sister, she came up to me, called me a name and went like that. It just shocked me.
My 11-year-old brother had taken a knife to school and told a little girl to stab him because he wanted the pain to go away. My mom's always saying that she wants her pain to go away.
I hurt all the time. I'm tired of feeling this way. I just want it to stop.
A few days ago, my little brother said to my little sister, "Will you swear word? Get out of the way, I'm gonna kill you."
I said, what is wrong with you? Never mind, I'm not gonna say it. Just go away.
My mom does not see what she's doing to the kids. They are becoming monsters just like her.
What do you think about that?
I haven't raised them. I have not raised them. Yes, my son brought a knife to school last year, and they were gonna arrest him, but the blade, thank God, wasn't long enough. He said, "Mom, I hurt so bad inside, and Dad's not around. You're here sometimes. Ryan doesn't listen. Ryan hits me. Maddie yells at us. You know, Nana's in wherever she is. You know, so my kids don't feel that they have a safe place to go other than my ex-mother-in-law's.
I'm wondering about the actual physical environment. Maddie says that her mother will sleep in Maddie's room instead of her own. Here's why.
Our house is so messy, and so is my mom's bedroom. It's disgusting.
This is my room. This was a gorgeous room, and then it just, like, threw up everywhere.
This is my bedroom. It's a lot cleaner than the rest of the house. My mom always, whenever I'm not home, she always sleeps in my room because it's the cleanest room in the house.
How did I let my life get this bad? How can somebody live in this nasty environment? How am I supposed to expect my kids to clean up after themselves when, God, their own mother is disgusting?
Okay, somebody tell me, why is it that way?
It's only clean when I clean it, or when I do yell at my siblings to help me clean. I have to parent them. Parenting is you make consequences.
You're never
of it.
home, Madeline.
Not
you
anymore,
leave
because I don't want to be around you.
It's not our job to be the parents.
And you know what? And you, well, I kicked you out.
Not our job.
That's fine. I kicked you out of the house because you were verbally and physically abusive to your younger siblings.
That's your opinion.
And you hitting your younger siblings, hitting your own mother in front of your siblings, which you're gonna deny, I know. But you know what, Ryan? You are lying on stage. You are lying right now.
Don't have to lie.
About being physical towards me
well,
and
pictures
towards
don't
his...
lie. I'm still asking, why is...
My room is a mess because I'm a pig.
I understand, but why? This is your daughter's room, and this is your room.
Correct.
What stops you from saying, I recognize this is out of control, and I'm going to put down my video game or whatever, and I'm going to clean this up, get where I can see the bed?
You want to know my God's honest truth?
Yes.
Okay. God's honest truth, Dr. Phil. I'm so glad you find this humorous. The God's honest truth, Dr. Phil, is I am battling with so much emotional pain. It's easier for me to live in that nightmare than it is to clean it. I purchased a car, and I was raped by the person that sold me my car, and in my closet are 4 bags from my rape kit that I had to go and collect, and they're still sitting in my closet. That's when all this chaos came down.
What do you gain by living in squalor?
I am a trashy person. I'm a trashy mother. I am a horrible person. I already know this. I didn't need to come on the show to be reminded. My life is a tornado, and I can't get a hold of it.
But even so, like, who wants to live in that?
But she feels so bad about herself.
They didn't show your room when you lived here.
My room, yes.
When you lived there, oh my God, every dish in the kitchen was in your bedroom. Your room was 20 times worse than mine. Mine was immaculate compared to yours.
I wonder where you got that. I mean, really, children learn what they live. They learn what they live. All right, coming up, we spoke to Jenny's brother, who says his mother is a big part of the problem. We'll hear what he has to say next.
Jennifer ended up being addicted to prescription pain pills because she was in a car accident when she was 16. In 2013, when CPS came and took the kids, Jennifer decided to go into rehab. After rehab, she went into a transitional housing. Jennifer took more effort into her sobriety than being a parent.
Jenny is 4.5 years sober, but her son Ryan says she's no better than when she was popping pills. Last month, when Lisa says Jenny threatened to kill Ryan, Lisa called her son, Jenny's younger brother, to come take Ryan home with him. Then when he arrived, things turned on Lisa. She even recorded it. Take a listen.
I'm taking the kids. She's not getting the kids back. I'm leaving with the kids, and she's not getting them back.
Okay.
Mom, you need to quit playing the advocate for Jenny and try and defend her. You need to quit playing this back and forth game. You are the problem.
I'm not.
You're sitting in the house and siding with her.
I'm not.
And begging me to stick up for her. You need to stop, Mom.
You misinterpreted
Mom, I'm not
me.
misinterpreting it. You're playing games.
So I'm not the only one that thinks it's dysfunctional. We also have an email. Dr. Phil, there's 4 of us siblings in total, and none of us have ever been able to have a normal relationship with our mother. It has seemed over the years that Jenny and my mom have grown an unnatural bond that cannot be broken. Lisa has 8 other grandchildren aside from Jennifer's kids, and she has 0 relationship with any of them. I understand that you are a mandated reporter, and you may want to seek action to ensure the safety of the children. And I just plead that you consider the support system here at home as an alternative to child services. So, again, I'm not the only one that sees the dysfunction here, and what he's saying is he recognizes that I'm a mandated reporter, meaning that I'm required by law, if I see children that I consider to be in harm's way, that I have to do something to intervene on their behalf. I can't leave them in a chaotic, dysfunctional situation and not at least cause an investigation to be initiated into their well-being. I think you've enabled this situation, and so we've asked you why you've done some of the things that you've done. I made a list. You said you've done it because that she was bullied. You said you've done it because brain development stunted at 16, that she's a chronic teenager. She said, I was a lazy mother. I got a divorce and started feeling guilty. Have you made some serious mistakes here?
Yes.
And a lot of people are paying for those. And you've made mistakes, and a lot of people are paying for those. Yes. But yet you're still blaming because they're not acting the way you want them to, I guess. I don't know. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back, and I'm going to tell you what I think's going on here and what I think needs to happen, because Brother is quite right. I can't let this continue. Something has to change. There are 3 children you haven't met. They're younger. They're vulnerable. I mean, we have a 15-year-old here that just doesn't get to have a childhood, doesn't get to have an adolescence. And then 3 coming behind. What's going to happen to them? One of them has taken a knife to school and said, stab me. I mean, when it gets to that point, something's not right. We'll be right back.
My Nana basically raised me because of my mom abusing drugs. When my mom was using, she was really not even there, so we didn't experience her rage that much, so it wasn't that bad. Now that my mom's sober, she is left with us kids without her mother to help her. Having a mother that does drugs is heartbreaking, but with her off drugs, it's 20 times worse.
Tell me about blackout rage.
When I get into a blackout rage, it's a lot of profanity back and forth between mostly Ryan and I. And then
there's a point where you click out.
Yeah, I just snap, and when it's over, I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do? What just happened? Because I honestly don't remember.
What is your hope here?
I think the best outcome would be I can stop being a parent to my siblings, and my mom could become the parent, and I could have a life again.
I did some research into your grades, and I mean, understandably, with all of this distraction and all this responsibility, you wouldn't be expected to do very well in school.
Yeah.
However, in forensic science, you have a 92% average. In Algebra 1, 89.19. Writing and Grammar, 82.75. Advocacy, 89.35. Biology, 85.83. Physical Education, 91.8. World History, 72.94. That's very impressive, Maddie.
Thank you.
When do you do your homework?
When the kids are at school, I usually log on to my computer and do my homework. And then when they get home, I might do some of it if they're playing with slime or whatever. It's your ticket out, right? It's your ticket to having a better life and doing what you need to do. All right, let me tell you what's going to happen here. When we come back, Maddie and Ryan say they're afraid of what Jenny will do to them for being honest with me. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. You know, when I work on these things and break them down, I kind of really analyze things and make really contemporaneous notes about what I think's going on. I decided to just blow this up and just share with y'all exactly how I analyze this and how I break it down. So my scribblings are going to be on the wall, and I'm going to tell you what I think's going on and what I think needs to happen when we come back. Well, I'm here with Jenny, her mother Lisa, two of her children, Ryan and Madeline. Jenny says she never wanted to be a mother, but yet she has given birth to 5 children. She frequently is threatening to leave them, and there's just a pretty chaotic home. You may not agree with everything that I say, but you can hear it and decide what to keep and what not. You know, the first thing that struck me was that there's a generational legacy here. Now, in my opinion, and I don't mean this in an insulting way, I mean it developmentally and analytically. I think we have Jenny here that has an emotional age of 16. And what I mean by that is when you start doing you had a car wreck at 15, you started doing drugs, and you say she kept you loaded from that time forward for a period of time. At that point, development stops. Emotional development stops. Cognitive development stops. Social development stops. And so your problem solving stops with an emotional age of 16. And don't y'all see a lot of the reasoning, a lot of the problem solving, a lot of the reactivity sounds like a teenager. It sounds like a teenager. I'm not saying this to insult you. I'm saying it because analytically, developmentally, that's what's happening. So we have a child raising children. And so you go in your room and play video games. And as a result, you're irresponsible and you seek immediate gratification. You have poor insight, you have poor foresight, and you have poor empathy. And when you have those things, then that doesn't make for good parenting. You were sexually active, we know that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we know that, but yet there was no relational maturation. You learned how to have sex, but not how to have relationships. And so as a result, you have been through the first year 19 times. You don't have 19 years experience. You have 1 year's experience 19 times. You never went from 1 year to the second year to the third year, learning everything from the first and second and third year to the fourth year. You have 1 year's experience 19 times. It's like doing the first grade 19 years in a row. Then, on top of this, you have a cancer scare, and you start having seizures where you lose consciousness. You lose conscious control of your consciousness, and you come up with a damaged personal truth. And make no mistake,
you're the black sheep of the family. And you feel bullied, you have low self-esteem and low self-worth. We basically have an overwhelmed 16-year-old with 5 children. Absolutely overwhelmed. Now, tell me I'm wrong.
I can't.
So you're caught, you guys are all caught in the crossfire of this. Now, the fact is, you've got years of parenting responsibility ahead of you. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, I'm going to talk about what you do about it now and how everybody plays a role in the solution. We'll be right back. A personal truth is what you believe about yourself when no one else is looking, no one else is listening. It's really what you believe about who you are. You said, I'm a trashy person. The reason personal truth is important is because we generate the results in life that we think we deserve. And when I look at the way you're living, the way you're talking to yourself, the way you're talking to your children, the way you're talking about your children, the way you're living in your physical space, I look at that, I don't even need to meet you to know you're damaged. Because a person with dignity and self-respect would not allow that, would not let that happen. So I know, when I look at this, I know that you have to do some things that bring this about. One thing is, I want you to start some biofeedback training because you need to learn to calm yourself. You need to get the skill and ability to stop before you get to a blackout rage. You need to learn to be still inside. Jenny, you need training in parenting, and you need a life coach. You need somebody that says, look, you're a 16-year-old emotionally IQ, you're overwhelmed. And each of you, every member of this family, each of you is a solution for the other. Everybody plays a role here. Everybody plays a role here. And Maddie, it's time for you to be 15. You're getting a good education, it's time to have fun. Yeah. You're obviously very bright, and you're very bright children here. So thank you. You just need to do the things that you need to do to get yourself there. And I'm going to get you professional help to do that. Thank you. I'm going to get somebody that steps in, shoulder to shoulder with you and puts the dots really close together. And some of it is you need some healing of some wounds that have been left open for you. And then they're going to say, let's talk about parenting. And what they're going to do is they're going to schedule some family meetings, and they're going to come to your home, and they're going to sit down. There's going to be a circle around there, and they're going to say, okay, guys, we're going to make a family plan here. And you're going to find out those younger kids actually have arms. They can actually pick up their own stuff. They can actually do things. They can actually help. Everybody can pitch in here, and we can do this. But there's going to be a plan, and then we're going to execute the plan. You willing to do this?
100%.
Immerse yourself in this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're going to follow this situation, and I'm going to implement this immediately. This has to be immediate, because in the alternative, I have to report this situation and have these children removed from the home, or recommend that they do. But if I have everybody's assurance that we're going to accept this help immediately and get this intervention going, then we don't have to do that. And I'm all about unifying families, not breaking them apart. I want to keep this family together, so we're going to do this immediately. And y'all are going to let me know if this doesn't go like it's supposed to, right? Yep. Okay. All right. I want to thank all of my guests today. Thank you for sharing your story. For more information about today's show, log on to drphil.com. We'll see you next time. We're going to get you some help.